I'm gonna test my my wort. It's got a lot of sugars and 3 ounces of hops in it. So here it goes. Here's my first impression of it. That's really hoppy. I'm liking that. It's kind of balanced. I think it's going to be a full flavored beer because it's a 1070, and hops are really linger on the end, on the finish. So it's pretty much balanced, I'd say, but it's slightly a little bit more hoppy. But I can also taste the malt in it, so that's pretty cool. Okay. Well, what's left is yeast pitch. So there's my well aerated beer sitting in the carboy ready to go. Or wort, I mean, not beer yet. It's not beer till I add the yeast. So this is the last step. Then I close it off from the airlock and let it ferment for a couple weeks. And then it becomes beer. I'd say it's good to go. I'm gonna, if I can shake it up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but the yeast are getting hydrated. They'll eventually soak up, fall through the foam here, go to the bottom, and do their thing. Okay, bye. It's about 16 hours later, a little over 16 hours later, and there it is. It's actually going pretty really good. And there's the rest of the hops. I don't know if you can actually see it. There's a glare. But there's a sediment of hops on the bottom here. You can kind of see it. And all that in there. There's a million bubbles and yeast swimming around. It's actually churning it. So that's 6 p.m. next day. 16 hours later. Okay, it's about 39 hours later. Since the yeast pitch, almost 39 hours. And it's there it is. Last night it kinda overflowed a little bit. I had to put a blow off tube on it, and I didn't like the idea of that because it pushed out the protein head, and which can make the beer not so much protein head in it. So what I ended up doing was I siphoned the beer about this much in each one of these overnight, and so I wouldn't lose any head in it, to keep the head down so it wouldn't overflow everything. The head's about right in here now. I mean, last time I recorded it was up to here, but and from that time plus till now, it was all over the place. It was coming over, it was overflowing and stuff. So now it's pretty much done, almost. There's the sediment. It's starting to clear, but it's going to get a lot clearer than that. Took the gravity reading, and it's sitting at about to about 1022. 1022 now. So like 12 hours ago it was about 1060. When I started it was 1070, then it went to 1060 within like half a day, and now 39 hours later, this is Thursday now, I started it on Tuesday night, it's 1022 now. So the rest of the week, or rest of a couple days, it's gonna probably ferment just a little bit more. It's still bubbling, the airlock, and it's gonna clear up over time, produce a little bit more alcohol, and yeah, then I'll rack it to the secondary, and it'll start clearing up. It's 4 days later, and I just decided to rack my beer, because the initial gravity was 1070. It's at 1016 now. There's 7.1 alcohol in it, so I think it's pretty much what I wanted out of it, and it went in. It did it in 4 days. So I'm gonna end up cleaning that all out. That's all the yeast in there. Yucky. And that's the trub. It's basically what the head left behind, and the hops particles right here. And there's the finished beer. I'm gonna clean this out, fill it up, top it off with water, and use a brush on it, get it really clean inside. Then I'm gonna siphon it back into there and let it sit for another week or two to clear up some more, and then go from there. And then I might be ready to bottle. And here's step 2. It's siphoning the beer, and it goes up here and down into the carboy. It's filling up. And then I got my little chart there, so I know how much is going in, coming out, and vice versa. So holds up to 5 gallons right at the rim. So now I'm just gonna wait, and when this is over, when it's done, put the airlock back on it, cover it up for another week, and it'll clear up while it's at it. It'll finish fermenting and clear up, and then I can prime it and then bottle it. I went ahead and bottled my English Pale Ale, extra strong bitter, and I came out to about 46 bottles. 46 bottles exact, not about. And they're hanging around, each one's hanging around about 7% alcohol by volume, so they're pretty strong. They're really bitter too. So there's 12, there's 12, full case, and then there's the other case. 46.